Hello. Here I'm going to be working on this ship. It's called the Eagire 2. Actually, my first stream was this particular 3D model. Um, so I hope to work a little bit more on it. As you can see, there's a lot of detail in this model, and I have to unwrap a lot of it. So I got to figure out where I was as far as unwrapping the model goes. And I have the multiple texture maps laid out here. And here, right in this area, is the unmapped area. I'm using Modo 3D. So it's kind of one of the lesser known ones. I know it's not as popular as like 3ds Max or anything, or even Blender. But I like it. Just trying to figure out where I left off. Seems like right here. I can map this out. Now I gotta determine where the next, what piece I gotta unwrap. This one looks like a good candidate. So let's work on the front of the ship. And we'll make start easy here, and let's go to the top. And let's get these flat planes laid out. And you can see I added some detail on the separate models. Select all these front laying faces, and then I typically like to use the, I'm not entirely great with this, but I might as well broadcast it. So. Got on cylindrical. Planar is where you want to go. So I like to pull it down, and that looks pretty decent. So it's this yellow color. UVs probably need to be flipped. It's kind of interesting. Oh, okay, they're opposite. So, kind of move this over here. That's a lot better right there. So I had them flipped. All right, let's go to the side of this model here. Select these side faces. Let's make sure I'm not clicking through the model. Sometimes that happens, and I have faces selected and on the other side. I should select that. UV projection, and I gotta find which side. Alright, so this needs to be flipped. Because this is the side, that side right here. So I kind of want to match, as you can see right there, this back end here to this one. And that looks kind of distorted to me. So I'm going to reshape this thing. And this right here is overlapping. It's not good. Do not want that. So I need to reshape that. If anybody's joined, I'm using Modo 3D right now. I gotta stream some ZBrush. That's actually would be kind of a fun project to do. All right. So I have this little section here that needs to be, that I didn't unwrap in the bottom. Actually, let's do the bottom here. Modding's always been a passion for me. I've just never really put the time in, like my 2D art. And maybe that's, I don't know if that's hurt me or certain things. I should have put more time into it, but it is what it is. So once again, use a projection tool. And just trying to figure out what angle we got here. Let's pull that out underneath. All right, looks pretty good. Relax. Not so bad. Matches though. And right now I'm just working on like kind of the big shapes. projection tool again. Don't look too bad. And UV relax is good. It'll kind of give you the accurate shape. Maybe not the size, but that can be done later. Get this part. It's just this process. It's just a lot of almost re-dissecting your model. So I got the left side. I gotta get the right side. Here's kind of a view of the whole entire piece. Show from the top, silhouette, side. Ooh, what is that? This is what I was talking about. I'm selecting things somewhere else. So that's a little bizarre. Try a different angle here. Okay. So as likewise with the opposite piece, I want to make sure this is close to the size. And this is, if you look at it, it's not accurate size. So that's fine for now. Let's continue. Let's see. I kind of want to move these off of the plane, so I have a nice clean area to select. I don't want it too close to the main UV area. So I can figure out what isn't unwrapped here. We got a few areas. This kind of like open area here kind of goes into some detail on the bottom. Now we got to figure out efficiently how the best way I could do this. I'm wondering if I can do it in one piece. One or two pieces. So let's select and I kind of want to see how this turns out. It could be a mess and more complicated than it needs to be. Alright, let's push this button and see what happens here. Okay, and let's put a relax on it. Probably should split that up. So let's go here. Hopefully this works. Okay, let's split it up and see what happens. Alright. So it needs to be flipped. Turn that off. And okay, so it's the right side. You see the right window. It doesn't have that green shade. That means it needs to be it's flipped, and UVs need to be flipped. So let's see if we're getting a better result. Not really. Let's try conformal. All right, that's a little bit better. So. Let's see how it flows. I can work with this. I think I can. If I straighten these out, kind of like that, and then there we go. See what happens here. Ooh. I'm gonna leave it like this. And then flip it. Let's put a relax on it. And rotate it. And as the opposite piece, I kind of want to do the same thing. No, that's not what I want to do. All right. And then I want to straighten this edge here. Probably this one needs to be straightened too. Likewise on the opposite side. All right, not too bad. This is this I like to save often because this thing, I mean, it'll crash on you if it gets too heavy. even when I had a little bit of a better system, it would. So it's a good practice to save often. So I'm going to unwrap this part here, this kind of corner piece. And go from projection. Okay. So I think Y looks pretty good. And it needs to be flipped again. Go. Lots of flipping and flopping. That's pretty good. Let's go with the other side. What a relax does. This I could probably get away with. I don't know if I want it straight. I think I'm gonna. That kind of reminded me. Alright, it's gonna go. Alright, that'll work. And let's do the same thing here. Rotate this bad boy. Straighten some of this out. I don't know how this. I mean, it's could throw a texture on here that. See how it's coming along as far as. So this is an easy way to straighten these edges out. You can use this align tool. If anybody's got any suggestions, just let me know in the chat. If anybody's there. Alright, let's do a double check here. I'm on edge, I want polygon. Alright. So I got an area up here. And that could be worked on. The front, let's work on the front. This detail, I'm gonna take the details off. So kind of interesting shape. I think I'm gonna just instead of trying to like combine the whole texture, I'm gonna individually. So let's do this front nose part. Projection. I think the Z is probably correct here. So, same issue here. I don't know why this is happening. Maybe it's because the projection. So it's a little bit more square-like. Okay. Let's do this interior separate here. So let's do this. And what am I doing? If anybody's watching, I am unwrapping the model to be textured later. And I plan to texture in Adobe Substance Painter and Painter. Pretty good tools. I've been using it since it was called Allegra. I can't pronounce it, but a different company owned it, and Adobe bought them out. It's kind of sad, but that tends to happen in the software industry. Unfortunately. Alright. So here, awkward shape. I'm gonna try to straighten this thing out. That's this object. So now we got this kind of beveled piece. Now this is a little interesting because I don't know. It might not be wise to. Let's select it and see what happens. I could. Yeah, let's just continue forward. Just trying to think of how this is gonna flatten out. Sorry about the little mouse clicking. I may need to get something that doesn't click as much. It drives me nuts. I know it certainly probably does. Okay. So let's flip it and see. Flip it and see what happens. Throw relax on that. Not too bad actually. I can work with this. It is doable. Let's move this and see. I can flatten it out here. Let's see, let's line top. So access the gizmo, you're gonna put on the keyboard. You're gonna use W. That's the shortcut for Modo 3D. Alright, it's turning out decent. Let's do the same thing for the top. Not too bad. This could have been a lot more uglier than I anticipated. Top of line. I hope this comes out good whenever I'm texturing. I was a little bit of a worry. What's going on here? Okay, so that's just the corner there. Let's select that vertex. Let's kind of do this in space here. Oops. See that red? That is overlapping. Do not want that. Straighten that out. Here you could use the spacing. Not too bad. Let's do the other side. Alright, so where is this? I'm going to double select to let you guys see, and that is that panel there. So not too shabby. Alright. I want to do another roundup here. Let's use this lasso tool. Select, see where I haven't gone. The top here. These bottom pieces. There's kind of this edge here on the bottom. That could be. I want to. Let's do these sides here. So once again, this is why do I do details? A starship, or it's more of a like a planetary ship, I would say. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, that's not good. Let's try. There we go. So let's put a relax on it. Rotate it. And just like that. But it's not straight. So as I've been doing earlier, these tools are very handy, the align tools. Just make sure you don't want to do this, and you're going to get wonky stuff like that. This will just kind of straighten everything out. There we go. Let's pull that down a little bit because I don't want it to overlap the top. Right. So they're straightened, but the middle, the vertical one, edges are not straight. So let's work on that. So, okay, what? I have two of them happen. Okay. It did. Sometimes if you select too many, it'll merge together. But it. Okay, let's double select and see how it turned out. Kind of want to see the edge here. Okay. See, it seems like it's flipped. Yeah, but I gotta flip the. Let's see. Let's see. That's good. So this edge right here. It's kind of skinnier, so or a little thinner. So hit the gizmo and pull it up just a little bit. All right. So let's go to the other side. Do the same thing. Just 1 second here. All right. Let's continue. Same thing. Select it. Just be careful of not selecting back faces. So once again, up here, create. I like to use the UV projection tool. Another thing you can do is select the edges, like cut them, and unwrap it like that. That's another tool to use in your inventory. All right. Here's the overall shape. Oops. My bad. Why did I have selected the wrong thing? Okay. Sorry. Just hitting the wrong button on the keyboard. Alright, so let's UV relax. And then we'll click in the gray space, middle space, and that's what will happen. You click E on the keyboard and rotate it. That's the shortcut for that. Rotate gizmo. And this one looks to be correct on how it unwrapped. So once again, we'll select these top lines or edges and push the line. Now I'm probably doing this like the difficult, slow way, but 3D modeling is not my number one thing. I have the problem of jack of all trades, master of none. I'm all over the place. It's just my personality. So I figure if I put more hours into each thing, I'll eventually get good. But I'm not, masterful. There's some guys that are or people, girls and guys that do this way better than I could ever imagine. Probably even on this platform. Definitely on this. Another issue I keep on pushing, because since a lot of the controls revolve around Shift, Control, Alt. That's like kind of the main. But I keep on clipping caps. My finger will go up into Shift, from Shift to cap, and it will select things that I don't want it to. All right, so let's pull out this lasso, see where we're at. Alright. So here, if you push Alt, it converts to faces. So I can see where everything, what is not selected. So on the keyboard, if you push, it's next to P. It's like the parentheses. So this is everything else, like what I haven't unwrapped. So I threw a unwrap tool on everything so I can get it from that muster, that cluster of UVs. So let's actually move these out of here. This is the name. It's 1001. So that is the box. I'm gonna do what is called. Let me check on here. It is UDIM indicator. So it's multiple textures. So I'm able to get bigger, more detailed textures. Of course, it's going to take up more memory. That's the drawback, of course, with all of this type of stuff. So, all right, here's the back. Okay, interesting. I didn't do that. So let's get this lasso tool. Select that, and that looks decent. Go up here, projection. Z it is. Z, Dragon Ball Z. Let's go to Z Fighter. Alright. So that looks quite close to what I need. Okay. So here's that other piece. This could probably be, let's do a projection again. Let's try, Y looks good. I'll be right back. I gotta get some water here, man. All this talking. Okay. So this just looks like a bunch of pieces laid out everywhere, and it pretty much is. Unwrap. Let's see what happens to this. Pull it out of there again. All right. Interesting. Okay, since I got this like indented or this beveled piece in here, I don't want that. That needs to be separate. So I gotta go back and individually select what I need here. So go to the lasso tool, and then I can hold shift and left click on your mouse, and then hit. Let me see. Let's go with unwrap. There we go. Unwrap tool. And then UV relax. Let's see what happens. That's not too bad. I think I'm gonna. Oh, so it has this kind of. Let's select this bottom edge here. And push a line down. So if you look at it, it goes down and then over. pull this vertex down just a little bit. So it's like even. I think that'll work. Because honestly, the shape in here is a little weird. I mean, I could maybe straighten this out. Push that. Okay. Let's select these vertices and oops. There we go. Stand the window. Let's make it close, as close as possible to this shape. So we got these down here. Okay, what do we got? So this kind of goes into it. I guess it's some kind of beveled piece. This is actually more complicated than it's good stuff. I gotta select. So these little eyes that I'm hitting, that I'm trying to find. Because I got a lot of coverage over the. There we go. So it's this nose, so I can see what's going on. All right. So this I'm gonna have to do. As a couple separate pieces. Let's go like that. Nope, didn't want to cut that. See how unwrap goes. Unwrap, and let's you relax it. Okay. So that's kind of uneven. So there we go. It's not too bad. Actually, on over here, I don't have to go. I can just select it in this space. Unwrap tool, same thing. And this is going to be so small. Honestly, you probably won't even notice it. So I don't want to spend too much time fiddling around with it. All right. It's not so bad. So we got this small box area. It's just I don't know, a tunnel or something for the air. Who knows? Some kind of duct. I'm not an engineer or anything, so let's go on right there. It's another tiny piece. Nobody's even gonna notice it. And I sort of like to keep related pieces to each other. So So that's related to that. And so I was talking about the cut. So you can go here, do that, and then you gotta select the entire thing. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Let's see what kind of mess did I do? Let's go back. It's not working. Judge. Let's see if I can. This is a simple freaking thing. It's giving me trouble. Alright, so it looks like what I did. I want to connect these. And let's see what happens here. Still getting the problem. So you can check your seams down here. Okay. So what's happening is it's all wrapped up on each other. So I'm gonna like right there. Nobody will see that. Alright. So let's see if I can get this to work. It's still, what is, why is it doing that? Or not doing what I want it to? Okay. I should have added the cut right here. So it should unwrap. Let's see what happens. It's not working. It's really weird. Okay. Let's see. Why is it not doing what I want it to? All right, there we go. Just doing the wrong thing. Relax. Okay, I'm gonna have to straighten this out. Select your edges. Not those edges, the top edges. Hit a line. Bottom line. So the whole thing, it's not even. So this is the simplest piece, and it's giving me. Kind of figure out. All right, so the edges are not. The widths aren't correct. Well, actually, yeah, these would be thinner. Alright, maybe it was right before. So. Something like that. Wow, that was a little bit more than it should have been. Let's save this. I don't want to lose all that incredibly difficult work that I just did. Alright, what do we got here? This is the other side. Okay. Same as before. Let's try. Okay, select the whole thing. It's kind of projection. Let's kind of move that over. Straighten that out. And probably needs to be a little bit more width. Did I get the back of this? No. All right, here's that so difficult piece that I was messing around with. All right, so let's select these. That. So I'm gonna check and see if it went through. It should have. Select it. UV relax. There we go. So I can actually see it. It's going to need to be a microscopic. Let's rotate that, and actually, the shapes are actually kind of right. So, or correct. So we need to correct that. Just needs a little bit of a slant that. All right. Just kind of paranoid with the saving aspect. So we got all these pieces here, everything. So let's work on these little this. So for this, I would like to try this. Let's see what happens. Oops. All right. So I did an Alt L. Before you seen that error that was Control L. It's Alt L, and it'll kind of add like a in 3ds Max. It's like a ring, loop and ring, or I think it was. Can't remember what it was called, but I think it was a ring. And then hopefully this works. You convert it, and that will have the entire faces converted to polygons. So then you could do project there. There you go, relax. It's kind of an awkward shape. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't know if I like it or not. I mean, it's sort of like that up here. Awkward shape. If I could. Yeah, because when you go to texture it, it could get really, really, really awkward. Let's see if we can fix this. It's kind of, I don't know if this is going to work correctly. Alright. Straighten that out. It's still not entirely accurate. That's close enough. Really, this thing probably needs more detail. You know, if I'm gonna zoom into it, I need to be able to, you know, textures can only go so far as all right, here we go. So this part here. So all messed up. Whew, boy. Oh. Alright, so what I hit there is the tab button. That'll smooth everything out, like a smooth preview. That's a straighter. But the problem is the middle isn't that small. It's more like this. Well, actually, that could be. You know what? I'm just gonna separate it. Just make it separate texture entirely. This is getting into like micro detail here. Which, you know, I could probably get it if I put this in Unreal Engine. I mean, the polygons really don't matter. I mean, it matters, but with the new engine, it's great. I want to finish it. I need to make some smaller. I mean, they have their own library of assets where you can pretty much make your own levels. I do not like this. It's not good. So, let's go here. Oh God. Okay, that works. Okay. So, let's see this tie. How does it? That's the internal part. Here's the external. Okay. So, same process here. Select your edges. Alt L, Alt convert. And then from here, I would push Unwrap tool. It's under the Create tab. Then I hit W and move it over. Let's move it near this one. You can select two of them. And eventually I'm gonna have to straighten this entire every that's horizontal. Alright. So you push L and it loops around the entire square there. I hit L. It's L for loop. Alt L is I guess it would be called ring, loop and ring. So you're familiar with 3ds Max. The only reason I don't use it is just too damn expensive. 3ds Max. This is way cheaper. I mean, you still have to pay a yearly fee, but it's just way cheaper than 3ds Max. And I think they have an indie version, but I'm not sure I trust that. I trust Autodesk with that. It's not. Of course, any company can go down that route. ZRush got bought out, so it kind of remains to be seen what kind of pricing structures will happen in the future. All right, so unwrap tool. That'll go into the middle. Drag that down over here. Q, like, okay, say I have something selected. If you hit Q, or so that's a, sorry. Say I select UV relax, but you don't want to use it, you would deselect Q, or it would not. All right, so edge, right edge, bottom. All right, so here's this shape here. Split. R for scale. And E for rotate. And if you want to deselect the gizmo, push Q. Deselect. W, and then Q. Deselect. This is probably common sense for most people, but I don't know if I have anybody that's never used this program before, so these kind of show some of the capabilities. Like this even as possible. So R for scale. I guess trying to emulate that shape next to it. Okay, so what do we have left here? This is the remains, the garbage that I haven't touched. Okay, so the edge here, this kind of internal piece, these two internal pieces, and the bottom kind of ring over here. So let's work on this and figure out what. Okay, that is this piece. So I think I'm just gonna split it. So hit this button here. This selects all your edges. Push that. And the second edge, and then from there I'll click split and sew, no gap, boom, and then I'll push UV relax, and there you go. So what's happening is it's creating, you're breaking some of the edges here. Of course, let's try another relax on it. Okay, so they're separated. Separate pieces. Okay, it's not actually bad there. Just they're different sizes. Let's try. Let's go double select that. Let's just move this stuff to Where is the other piece? So let's move it down here to the right here for now, so I know what it is. Okay, that's okay for now. So what is this? Alright, that's the internal piece there. There's a lot going on in this model. Alright. So what I could do is kind of select these edges here, and there's the middle. I can maybe do it as one piece. Let's do that and see how it turns out. So let us select these pieces. Just always keep in mind, do not watch what you select in the back. I don't want to hit any of those back faces. Okay. Actually, looking at this already mapped out, that's not gonna work. So let's push unwrap tool and see what happens. Put a relax. No, that's not okay. Drag that out. You know what it is? It's all right. Let's just separate these. So down here, select this, that. All right, so it's like it broke. So that is a separate piece right there. And really, all you gotta do is rotate this. Let's try relaxing it and see what happens. Okay, nothing. It's all manipulating shapes now. Okay. Alright, so what do we have left? We have this interior piece. So that's kind of interesting. So the problem with this shape is it's internal there, and you're gonna have these ends right here will be distorted, as you can see. So what I can do, maybe let's try splitting this, and then let's see what happens. Okay. So what needs to happen here is we need to get some straight edges. Just use the align tool. Let's try doubling that out. Let's see what happens. Okay, not bad. And let's go to the edges here. Left hand side, okay. Right hand side. There we go. And then this. Why is it not? Let's see, convert that. There we go. Put that vertex. Same thing on this side. Now this actually should be more even. If you look at the top and then the bottom. So I'm gonna have to, let's get it straightened out and we'll fix that. Go to vertex. Gizmo. Alright, so we have it a decent shape. Now we gotta make it fairly even. Alright, let's select those, press W, let's drag that up. Oops. Alright, what did I do here? Q, deselect that. Okay. W. Alright, let's move that there. Okay. Not too bad. Same process for the other side. Oops. Space bar. Let me save really quick. This is turning out to be very productive. I'm more focused than ever as far as trying to get this. Usually I'm messing around, but now, you know, I only see one viewer, so that's okay. Even if it's one viewer, it's still important. Alright, so I did it wrong. Oh no, okay, it applied. So I don't know why I wasn't doing it before. Here, UV relax, bada boom. Drag that over. Let's put her on top. Rotate. There. W. Deselect. Hit Q on the keyboard. Okay. So you can see the object right here. I wanted to get similar results from the bottom. Just want straight as possible. All right, so this is coming. See here. Vertical. You do 2 at a time, save us a little bit of time. Perfect. W, drag that up there. All right. Drag you to the top of the mountain. All right. So pull that edge out. Convert it to vertices. Select it. Oops. Got a little bit too anxious here. Select another one. Oops. Okay. So very similar. It's a little, it's a little uneven. Okay. Pretty close. Not a whole lot of I mean, it is actually a decent size. All right, so the last areas. So what is going on here? So that's the back piece of that. Oh, I see what happened. Well, actually, let's leave that. I like the. It doesn't have to be symmetrical exactly. So I want to save. So let's work on the easier one. Actually, that's quite good. Let's rotate it. Oops. Where? Okay. Oh, get snapping off. Okay. Do not need stop. Okay. Last piece for this. File, save again. All right. So we could do this in two separate, maybe three. So let's go select that. Unwrap. Shows up in the middle. Sorry about that. Phone call. All right. So the final piece for this object. Kind of interesting here. I'm trying to think of a efficient way to. I think 3 dimensions here. Go back. So what do we got selected? All right, so that's showing kind of the borders, so I can see what's going on. So let's select that. And same thing on the bottom. Let's see what happens here. Okay. do that. There we go. That's not too bad. Just like a puzzle piece, literally. But why did I screw some? Oh shit. I know what I did. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do a lot of repairs. All that stuff that I did screw up. But I got everything fixed. I'm gonna have to even out. That's a big mistake. Oh well. I must have kept it selected. Alright, so what did I screw up? Let's go back through. Alright, this is annoying, but it's my mistake. What happened was it reverted it to the original shapes. So that's a screw up on me. So I want to put this, let me see, one of these. Ooh, convert to polygons. Alright, so these are the UDIM panels. Let's put it 1015. So what I'll do is I'll hit pack, boom, it all goes in there. But I have to fix some of these polygons. It's quite messy. All right, we continue on. I gotta fix some of these areas where previously I had fixed. Maybe it's a good idea as a note for next time. Maybe leave them as is and then fix it afterward. So I have everything nicely laid out. This mistake could be time consuming. See, stuff like this. Alright. Really, it's this. What is this piece again? Where is that logo? Okay, that was. I remember now. Why is that way out here? In the middle of nowhere. I mean, that's. It has to be straight. right now, so I'm just kind of straightening things out. Had quite a little bit of a mistake there. So that's this section of the ship. And likewise, for some reason it goes way. What is? What is this? Oh, okay. I see what. Why that's way out there. I gotta fix that. So awkward. Alright, we continue on. So this thing looks all mangled up. What is going on here? Straighten these edges. So let's. Alright, good. Excellent. Oh, wrong button there. Okay. Actually, that looks better than the original one here. Let me fix this. Make sure I don't have any others selected. Edition number 2. Ooh. Just his keyboard. His keyboard is. What the heck did I do? There you go. Let's try it. Okay, that's okay. Alright, excellent. Is there anything else that looks like it needs... Oh, yeah, these right here. I'm quite happy that I got this much selected, so... Or unwrapped. So let's do the whole thing and see what happens. Ah, perfect. Makes it easier. Not bad. Let's go to this next one. Just kind of swipe over while holding shift. That'll select the whole thing. Same, likewise, the other direction. And there we go. Simple. Looks like it's not even. Q, double select, W. There we go, perfect. Let's do this one. Vertical. Nice. Fixing everything, orienting the pieces, organizing. So let's take this lasso. So how do you do the lasso? You the roll on the mouse, click it, and then drag. Let's convert those to polys and pack. So if you select right here, UDMI, that's right there, 1015. And I wonder, let's see, okay, let's see, perfect. Okay, not too bad. So this entire piece is unwrapped. Okay, so what other pieces are not unwrapped here? Actually, this bothers me. Where is the nose details? Back. should be. Here we go. Oh, wait, that's not it. What is? It's kind of bothering me. Why is it overlapping? Right, so let's move that. And see what happens here. There we go. So that removed it. Turn off snapping. From space, and it packed it in here. It's got to be 1016. Okay, so I'm curious to see what the remaining. That's gotta be. So details. I have the wing. I have the main part of the. I have those wings. So that's that part. Which took forever. Pipe. Where? Okay, that's over there. So what is that? Exhaust? What is that? Where is that? What the heck? Where is it? Oh, okay. Interesting. This I may have to. It looks like I'm gonna have to remodel that. Something got messed up here, so I'm gonna remodel this. So if I select, so if I hold shift and then select, here's the entire ship. All the added details and close up and everything. Even the bottom down here. The back. All this has got to be taken into consideration. And then in Modo, if you click render here, push that. I'll give you a decent render. Now you could stretch it out if you want. It's got no textures on here. Let's go to the side. Pretty good silhouette, I think. It's kind of interesting. My thought process with this shit is the main body. It's kind of like a procedural piece, or I'm using the wrong word, but you can switch out the wings, the back and the side wings, basically instantly without constructing, having to take it. It's actually connected by electromagnetic, that the wings, they kind of hover next to the body. So that's my thought process between that. And here you can see all the maps. This one, what is going on here? Did I not unwrap that? Okay, that's interesting. I don't think this is. I don't think I finished that part. Yeah, it's not even done. A lot of stuff to be. All right, I'm gonna stop the stream here. It's been about 2 hours. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. If anybody um, actually watched through this, I always throw my videos up on YouTube, so if you're interested in all and see what I have past streams going on, I throw all the entire stream on YouTube. I'm pretty sure there's some people that don't appreciate that, but I don't feel like cutting the videos. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll be streaming on another day. Might be a few more days. I'm gonna be busy the next few days, so I'll talk to you guys later.